power of this technology goes so far beyond what like the typical like table conversation about VR gives it credit for. You know, like we talk about it as like a useful tool or an immersive, fun experience, but what we're talking about is like truly transformational.
It should be perfectly possible to trick your brain into any experience if your brain can already do that itself naturally. So VR is almost like taking that ability for our brain to generate any experience for us and like putting it in our hands, which is wild.
Man, that's something in the history books. People are going to look back and be like, yeah, 2022, 2023. That's when education, after hundreds of years, finally upgraded.
We're in a strange time where our physical worlds are intersecting with our digital identities, and right now is a time to kind of determine what you want that to be.
Once you have full body tracking that works well and it's frictionless, right? Meaning it's easy to do.
Yes.
It's a whole new. It's not a game changer, it's a whole new game.
So maybe there will be some other people who would be curious to see what I'm learning, what I'm discovering, so to say. And that's how the Discover YouTube channel started.
Oh, not really disco VR, Discover.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel bad when people ask me about VR, or they're like, what do you do? Like, all right.
Yeah.
You asked,
Yes.
here it comes.
I love VR, but I love going out and breathing fresh air. And not only was I stuck in VR for 10 days, I was stuck in one room because I was streaming, the same space. I didn't see the sunlight. I totally lost track of what time everything was.
She dances with the robot. She does the first steps. She dances with that robot. She takes that thing off her face. I have the video. I'm holding it hostage. She takes it off her head and she says, I gotta have it.
There are a few moments in my life I can remember very vividly. The day I got married, the day my kids were born, the day Facebook announced that they bought Oculus is one of those days. I was making chili.
I've been in a lot of gaming communities, and the VR community is by far the best community that I've ever been involved with.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Between Realities VR podcast. It's a pleasure to have you here with us. It's Friday. It's July something. It's July 19th, 2024.
Heck yeah.
And, dude, things could be worse. My name's Alex. I'm one half of the Between Realities crew, I guess. The other half is right here next to me. It's Skiva.
What's up, dude?
Dude, you're looking pretty
man?
fly today, bro.
You like that?
Not too shabby.
Yeah, I love these things.
Well, if you're an audio listener, shout out to the audio listeners.
That's right. We have
if you're an audio listener,
Yep.
Skiva is sitting here in some pretty fancy glasses that, for all intents and purposes, look pretty much like sunglasses. But they're more than that. But we'll get into that in a minute. Have you had a good week?
Dude, I have. It's been a pretty good week. It really has. Lots going on in VR, a lot going on with Impact Reality and Flat to VR Studios and Gamescom coming up, and announcements that are going to be happening soon just with our company and games happen. So it's been pretty good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
If you're out there being like, hey, am I going to go to Gamescom? I don't know.
J-Brat's going to Gamescom. Look at that. Heck yeah, dude. See you there.
And so am I. All right, bro? I'm going.
Buddy.
Boom.
Heck yeah,
so we're
let's
going
do
to
this.
be in Germany for Gamescom in about a month. So if you are over on the other side of the pond and you've been just waiting for your opportunity to hang out with the Between Realities boys, show up in Germany. All right, let's do Gamescom. And we promise we won't be too busy to hang out with you. Right?
We'll try really hard.
Right?
It's going to be tough, but we will be doing things after the show too. If you're coming and you need to get into that Home of XR booth, hit me up. I'll make sure you get in there.
Cool. And if you want to just chill and hang out, hit me up, because I'm not trying to be as busy as all these guys. You know what I'm saying? So Gamescom is going down.
Pretty busy.
Yeah. Going down. So what did I say? I said we're live on YouTube. Yep. I said we have audio listeners. Shout out to you guys out in audio world. Maybe Spotify, maybe Audible. I don't know. But you're out there and we love you. I want to move through things a little quickly because, we're a little pressed for time today with today's guest. And I definitely have time for coffee out of my Soul Fox gaming mug.
Ooh.
Shout out Soul Fox Gaming.
Very nice. I'm going to switch here because I don't want to wear sunglasses because it's hard to see.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah.
And shout out to everybody who's joining us for the live show. I've got Haruku in the chat saying he's just early everywhere.
Hey, what's up, Haruku?
I don't know where else you were early, but you were early where it mattered, and that's here with Between Realities family. Eric Hartley's in chat saying he's going to be watching this on his XREAL Air 2 via the XREAL Beam Pro.
All right.
Bro, that's
Heck
what it's
yeah.
about. We're going to be talking about AR today if you guys haven't figured that out yet.
Oh, yeah.
Laszlo 216, where am I? Dude, you're in Cleveland Heights. I hope. If not, tell us where we need to send the reinforcements because you're supposed to be representing Cleveland Heights right now. Substatica, hey players, what's up, man? Amelia Faust, how you doing, girl? Hey, get ready for some mid-roll ads, Amelia, because it's been a busy week.
Oh, you didn't get a chance to
get in there. No.
Okay.
So it's probably going to happen. I don't know what else to tell you.
Sorry.
Upgrade to premium like all of the rest of us, I guess. Hussein X is in the chat. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man.
Hey.
Getting things done. That's our homie.
J-Don. What's up?
He says Ralph is a legit rock star, and the Beam Pro with XREAL glasses is legit.
Oh my God,
it is legit. I'm trying to wait to have this conversation,
I know,
but it is.
I know.
Silver Nexus, hello, VR friends and family. Happy to be with you, bro.
Hey.
Happy to be with you, man. Beat Saberita, hello, dear. How are you? Hey, shout out to Beat Saberita. She did her first Twitch stream
cool.
a couple of days ago.
Nice.
Yep, she does a lot of reels and Beat Saber videos for Instagram and stuff, but she's never done live streams, and now she's kind of starting to get into it.
Nice.
So she did a great job. It looked great. Shout out Beat Saberita. Go follow her on Twitch right now. Put the link in somewhere. Somebody put the link for Beat Saberita's Twitch in the chat.
Eric Masher in here saying, who are these two guys? Are they new to podcasting? Dude, we saw Q2C and we're like, wow, we got to do that.
Oh my God. I don't even know what to say to this.
Thanks for coming, Eric. We love you, dude.
Yeah, we do love you, and I guess your podcast is okay, but let's not get it twisted. All right, we don't want to whip them out and start measuring because Jay Brat, we already said hi to. What's up, Jay Brat? Good to see you, man.
Hey.
Mr. Lord Beavis, what's up, bros?
Hey.
What's up?
What's happening?
Let's see, Oogeplex. Oh, Oogeplex? It's got to be Oogeplex. What's up, Maybe. The vid looks great on the Beam Pro. Bro, come on. Come on. See,
man,
it's pretty amazing. Like, where else? What other podcast community are you going to get an actual percentage of them in AR glasses?
I know, right?
It's kind of amazing.
Oh, man.
Arlen's
so cool.
here. What's up, Arlen? We love you. Thanks for being a part of all this, bro. Obscure Nerd. Yo, what's up, Andy? Good to see you, man. Andy's making moves with his acting career, too, right now, man.
Dude, and his channel just blowing up, man.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Everybody's making moves, bro.
Yep.
It's amazing to see, really.
Yeah.
Looper the Underground Game Cat. What's up, man? Good to see ya. Silver Nexus in the house. Are those Meta Ray-Bans? Sorry. Maybe they're X-Reals. E-Pilot 007. Good to see you there. Phil Marshall says, good evening, all. What's up, Phil Marshall? Good to see you. Space Denizen in the house. What up?
What's up?
What up? Let's see. Anybody else to shout out before we kind of dive into this?
Some Zork VR in here.
Oh, Zork.
How's it going?
That's right, baby. And dude, now Eric, just because dropping $10 super chat, just because.
Thanks so much, dude.
We love you.
Yeah,
we really do.
For real.
Okay, so listen up, people. Today is all about augmented reality. We don't have to change the name of this podcast, do we? We have to change it to Between Realities XR podcast now?
Nah, I think it's just assumed, man. We're more about all of the different realities than we are any particular one,
Snapping my fingers to that, brother. I'm snapping my fingers to that.
It kind of should be XR. Because technically we are Between Realities. This is just the podcast.
Should it just be the Between Realities R podcast?
R? I love it.
Just R?
Just R.
It's the reality podcast.
I like it.
Actually, I don't hate that name.
Yeah, I don't hate it either.
Although the Between Realities podcast. Let's just get rid of everything and just Between Realities, because we can't say Between Realities reality podcast. Anyway, we're talking about AR today, people, and we're lucky to have our guest today because I think we are both in the opinion that the XREAL Air 2 line of AR glasses are the best AR glasses, period. Right?
Hands down.
Hands down. Nothing compares.
No, there's nothing else like it.
Nothing compares. And if you have gone to an industry event in the last year or so, I I'm pretty sure you have seen a red blazer walking around the floor of those shows. And that guy does PR for XREAL. And that guy's name is Ralph Jodice, and he is here joining us right now. Hello, everyone. Please join me in welcoming Ralph Jodice to Between Realities. Ralph, what's up, man?
Oh, fellas. Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for having me on. It's awesome to see you. And congratulations on renaming the podcast. That's a big decision you made today.
You were the catalyst, all right? If you've done nothing else in your life, you know for sure that you were the catalyst in the name change of the Between Realities VR podcast. So, you know, to say that you haven't accomplished a lot, I would say, is basically impossible at this point. But you look fantastic, man. The signature red blazer, as I just explained, you got the red. Those are the red X-Reals on your face. Like, oh yeah, bro, you are styling.
Slick.
They are, right? And the red blazer comes for a single reason. A single reason. It's because we have the Air 2s in this awesome red color. So I had to match Big Red for that. I am going to take these off so we can see each other face to face.
There he is.
And hey, look, XREAL, we know a thing or two about rebranding. We've been there, so congratulations on the big news of the day. We went through that process, I don't know, a year ago or something like that.
Right. Yeah, the company used to be called NREAL, right? NREAL? Yep. Used to be called NREAL. I saw NREAL at conferences for years, and then it was last year, out of nowhere. Was it last year? Man, I'm losing track of the time. Bro.
I know, it's just flying by.
A year or two ago. I don't know how. When did it happen? The name change.
It was about a year ago.
About a year. Cool. Yeah, it was a big deal. You know, like come out onto the scene. Guess what, everybody? XREAL, we're here now, and you happen to make a pretty stellar product. So congratulations to you and the team on that.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Again, thank you for the invite. Appreciate the kind words. And yeah, we're feeling pretty good about it, right? When we look across the AR glasses space, we're definitely in the top 2, and we're not number 2. So we're feeling pretty good about where we are right
now. Dude, that is the line we should be using with Q2C. That's pretty good.
That's amazing. And it's wild because me and Alex go to so many conferences every year. I don't even know how many, a dozen, something like that. Pretty close at least, right? And it seems like over the past year, we come back and people are like, what was the highlight? And for me, at least, it's always been, dude, XREAL. They keep blowing me away.
CES, like, no question.
CES and AWE for me too. Like, it's just been crazy because at AWE, so at CES, we saw the XREAL Air Pro Ultras that are completely 6'd off with hand tracking, and then at AWE we saw this guy, which is the Beam Pro. Wow.
It looks like a phone.
Yeah.
It kind of acts like a phone, but it's basically a fully functional Android controller slash like or what's the word, like it's like a companion device.
Yep, it has all your streaming services on here. It takes 3D photos and video. It has multiple ports so you can like plug in your glasses and charge this thing at the same time. It's just killer.
Holy crap. Hey, listen, 5 pounds just came in, or €5 just came in from Arcanian. Shout out to him.
Heck yeah.
Thank you for that. His daughter won't go to bed unless we say hi, and we missed the shout out.
Oh.
All right.
You must say hi.
Freya. Hi, Freya.
Hey, Freya.
First of all, you've got cool parents, okay?
Yeah.
Second of all, don't ever forget that you have cool parents. Third of all, it's bedtime. And we love that you're watching the show, but we do have to go to bed now.
Yes.
So,
for real.
Sweet dreams. You can catch the replay in the morning. and say hi to all the Dreamland characters for us, okay?
Yeah, go to bed and dream about augmented and virtual reality.
There it is. And if you, too, would like a shout-out for your trying to put your kid to bed, just keep the super chats coming. We'll continue to do that. But yeah, dude, especially for me at CES. CES was my first introduction to like this modern realm of the XREALs, and I was blown away, like completely blown away. The resolution and the quality of the image and the colors that are being displayed in there, it's like kind of like magic, honestly, because this is it's not MR, right? Like this is true AR. This is glass. You are looking through glass, and it's like wizardry. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know how you guys are doing it.
I love to hear it, right? I love to hear it. So I appreciate it. And that's what the products have to do, right? Like, you can't make it in this industry if the products simply aren't delivering. So we need to be able to hit high nits, high output, 1080p, full HD, and that's like table stakes. That's like the bare minimum. We need to be able to hit that. So it's got to look great, it's got to operate great, and then we need to be able to do really cool stuff. And that's kind of the journey we've been on over the course of our 7-year history. Still in that startup phase, which we're about to grow out of pretty quickly here. But the glasses have to hit that bare minimum of like an amazing picture when you put them on. And then that's the point of glasses, right? We need to be able to see through them, like true AR. Let's let our eyes do what they were meant to see our environments, to let us interact with everything around us, to see the people in front of us, but then also add some pretty cool stuff in front while we're at it.
Yeah, definitely some cool stuff. And, you know, like the recent demos that I've done have all been a lot of like media viewing, you know, kind of just like stuff that you would normally do on your phone or your computer, but kind of transferring them into the AR glasses. Is that kind of like the primary use case basically for you guys right now?
Yeah, that's what we've seen over the life cycle of having the Air series of glasses, which has been about 2 years of the Air series. And the Air series meaning, you know, kind of that Wayfarer design. Right, number one is probably gaming. This is what we're seeing from our customers. Number one use case, pick up glasses, plug into a Steam Deck, plug into a ROG Ally, use an adapter plug-in with a Nintendo Switch, use an adapter plug-in with Xbox, with PlayStation, PCs, phones, mobiles, wherever you're playing. Gaming's probably use case number one. Entertainment streaming is, you know, hotly behind it. It's right there, right? Like, I make it a concerted effort. I just finished watching all of The Acolyte only in glasses. Before that, you know, it was Kenobi only in glasses. Like, you give me Disney Plus Star Wars, I'm only watching it up here. But gaming number one, entertainment streamers kind of number two. Those are kind of the same customer also. And then number three, which has been cool to see grow in our customer base, business travelers. Right, and when I pause and think about that, well, that makes a ton of sense because nobody travels with an external monitor, right? I'm pointing at the multiple monitors I have in my office, I'm not packing that up and traveling with it like, get out of here. It doesn't make any damn sense. Yeah. But when I can just plug in with these, there's my external monitors anywhere, whether it's the airplane, in a car, on a train, and then when you get to a hotel room, or you get to maybe a remote working area in an office space, external monitors. So yeah, use cases, gaming, streaming entertainment, work on the go.
I love that you said gaming first, you know. First of all, I'm a gamer, and like for some reason, like that's not where my brain goes immediately. Like my brain does immediately go to like watching movies or, you know, doing some kind of productivity, or like you said, like maybe I'm trying to get some work done on a plane or something like that. But to think about like plugging these glasses into my Switch, and then like I'm assuming I can just hold it, whatever controller, right? It's like it's basically just making the display in your AR glasses, and you know, you can just like comfortably relax, put your head wherever you want it to be, look off into the distance while your controller's over here, and game comfortably. So that sounds amazing. I would actually love to play some games on these things.
And you know, for me, I travel a lot, and so do you, right? And I used to put a headset on all the time. From the time the Oculus Go was a thing, I was traveling with a VR headset. And then the Quest 2, and then the Quest 3, but it was a great experience, but it was kind of a pain because people would like need to get up and go to the bathroom, and they'd be like, what do I do in this situation? This dude can't even see me, right? The stewardess is trying to hand me a drink, and they're like tapping me. They don't know what's going on. Ever since I have been introduced to like legit AR, like in glasses form, I don't use the VR headset on the plane anymore. Like I put these things on, I have a screen, I can play games, I can watch movies, and I can still see what's happening. The people next to me don't feel weird about it. They're like, they can still engage with me. The stewardesses can still like engage with me normally, and I can see what's happening, and it's not awkward and weird, right? But I'm still like able to like watch, you know, a movie on a 120-inch screen, or like plug in a Stream Deck and play games. And it's been an absolute game changer. I cannot imagine traveling without something like this anymore. I just can't. Like this is mission critical for me now. So
this device is you know, the Beam is pretty cool. Like I said earlier, it basically looks exactly like a phone, but there's quite a bit of functionality. You know, this is, for all intents and purposes, the computer that's powering these glasses, right?
Right.
And it can be used as a controller, so you can like point at stuff and make your selections. Use your thumb on the touchpad to like scroll around or to click on like a mouse or whatever. And the tracking of that is really, really good. I gotta say, like I loved it. I shouldn't say I loved it because it just felt intuitive. It felt natural and comfortable for me to use my phone, point at something, click on it, and make a menu selection. Which is really good, but it got me thinking. You're talking about using it on a plane. Is there a headphone jack on these glasses anywhere? Is it all Bluetooth? Like, how does audio work?
Well, what I would do is I would use my Bluetooth headphones, right? And it sounds amazing. But
is that the solution?
You can tell us too, Ralph.
Two options, right? So there's not a 3.5 millimeter, right? Like most of our modern smartphones we're seeing today, that 3.5 millimeter jack is out and it's relying on Bluetooth. So yes, it's got Bluetooth 5.2 built into Beam Pro, so you can connect your Bluetooth glasses to it, or your Bluetooth earphones or earbuds. You could do that. The glasses do have speakers built in directly, so every pair of our glasses has 2 speakers on each side, so one on the top, one on the bottom, on each side of the temples. So you could do the audio directly through the glasses, so it sits over your ear, so it's out of ear audio, it's directional audio, so it's pointed at your ears. It's meant for you to listen to, not your neighbors, so it's coming inside towards your ears. You can do that. On an airplane, for example, right, there's all that extra sound. It's a little too loud. So my technique, for example, like I board plane, glasses on top of my head. Now, right off the bat, that's your carry-on. It's sitting on top of your head. The carrying case of a headset is the size of your entire carry-on. So up top, I could have them plugged into a device, whether it's a phone or the Beam Pro, maybe playing audio, maybe playing a podcast like you guys. And then as soon as I hit the seat and I'm sat down, I got my drink, double bourbon on the rocks, and now I can throw the glasses down over my eyes and then go to the ear pods, right? Then go to the Bluetooth and let that audio really take over. Because the audio out of glasses is good, but when there's so much ambient sound coming from an airplane, just the wireless connection of the Bluetooth ear pods just takes it over. It's awesome.
I do love that. It's like the Nintendo Switch, for some reason, I don't know if anybody's ever tried to use Bluetooth headphones with a Nintendo Switch, but it totally sucks. There's way too much latency, and it has scared me to use Bluetooth headphones for anything. Also, the Bluetooth in my car is incredibly delayed, 5-6 seconds. So that's always something that worries me. Is latency something? Is there a little bit of noticeable latency? Is it a lack of latency when you're using Bluetooth headphones for the media?
Zero. Virtually zero, because there's always some kind of sub-second number on it. It's probably 0.0005 millisecond. I think
but like an industry standard, what anybody would expect of their headphones.
You're going to be fine on audio. Yeah, right. And I'm a power user on flights also, right? The second I sit down, I'm in movies. I'm doing The Boys season 4 right now on Prime Video.
Nice.
And that audio has to be perfect, right? Because if it's not perfect, it's going to throw you off. It's going to mess with the way you're interpreting the video and the audio broken signal. It has to be perfect. So audio, perfect, no problems there.
Awesome.
And I get the same thing, right? Like in my car, my Bluetooth audio is off. But when I do glasses through Beam Pro or glasses with my Samsung phone or even my PC, it's all good. No noticeable lag on the audio.
Great to hear.
And your Switch does have a headphone port, so you can negate that completely. So with the Switch, it doesn't really matter if you have wired headphones, right?
Oh, it does, because my wireless ones are the noise canceling. I don't have any. In fact, I'm getting ready to buy a pair of noise canceling wired headphones just so I can do that.
Yeah.
But I also do want to mention that the onboard audio of the XREAL glasses is great. I was watching, I pulled up Between Realities podcast on the glasses when I was testing them earlier and watched a few minutes of an episode. And the resolution of the image is just shocking.
Yep.
The colors, the vibrancy of the colors is shocking, and the audio sounded great. The vibrancy of the colors is probably the thing that, and the resolution, the quality of the image is the thing that just shocked me the most using this device. The red of your blazer is that red in the glasses. You know what I mean? It is vibrant. It's beautiful. It's do you know how they do how they do that? How do they do that?
I do know how they do that. I do. And a few things before that. And again, it's table stakes, like I mentioned earlier. If it doesn't deliver a picture that good, customers shouldn't adopt it and won't stick around. The community shouldn't put up with that. So it does need to look great. And they do it with Sony micro OLED panels, right? There is so much tech built into this incredibly small form factor, right? When we get real close, that we can tell, like, oh, there's a little bit of a bump there. It's because each one of the eyes has a Sony Micro OLED panel in it. Our glasses were the first to put in the current latest generation Sony Micro OLED panels. We've got some exciting stuff coming in the future to kick that up a notch, right? We'll get brighter, we'll get faster, we'll get higher quality. Because we're at 1080p full HD right now. Industry standard, you have to be. If you're running glasses, video display glasses lower than 1080p, something's wrong. But to get to the next step, right? Get to 2K. We have it in the roadmap. We know how we're going to get to 2K glasses. To get to 4K, that's an incredible challenge. Yeah. We know how to get there. It's going to take a little bit of time, but you'll see us hit 2K before too long, and keep bumping up that picture quality, right? Keep pushing the boundaries to make everything, you know, bigger, faster, stronger.
I absolutely love it. And another thing that is like magic in these glasses that like I am kind of dumbfounded on right now is the local dimming feature. Like, dude, it is so rad. Like, so, you know, glass is quite transparent, right? Like when you look through a pane of glass, it's transparent. That's that. You can see right through it. But there's a button on the side of the XREAL glasses, and if you've used like Magic Leap 2, you've maybe seen a feature like this before. But there's like 3 settings, I think, of different darknesses that you can in real time switch the glasses lenses to have. So you can be looking through the glass like clean, perfectly clear, like as if there's no shader or anything, and then you can hit a button and it makes it a little darker, and you hit a button again and it makes it really dark in there. And you know, the idea is like maybe you're in a like a well-lit environment and you really want to focus on the content. You can hit this button and locally dim the display to where it looks like the room around you is black, and the content really has an opportunity to shine against that black background. But how does that work? How does the glass, how do you dim a piece of glass? Like, how?
Yeah, so here's how we do that. And I could not agree with you more. Electrochromic dimming, once you go to it, you can't go back. It is so hard for me to switch back to maybe a pair of Air V1s or the Air 2 that don't have them. Missing that feature, it's too critical. Like, it becomes table stakes, and like everything we do in the future, you can believe like that electrochromic dimming is critical. So like I said, we do the panel with the Sony Micro OLEDs. Like, that's some important high tech built in. Electrochromic dimming is full wizardry and magic. So that's actually spells.
It's spells. That's wizardry, pure wizardry. That's what that is. Dude, it's what it feels like. All this technology feels like wizardry to me. XR, anything XR, man, like it is truly incredible what we're doing. And like, I sometimes have to pinch myself because like I've been going to conferences, I've been trying AR glasses on, and I've been waiting for years for these devices to kind of get to this point. And you know, let's not get it twisted. We got a ways to go still. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of room for improvement in these devices, but it's at a point now where like the major pain points have kind of been solved. And it's insane to me to think that like just today we're wearing AR glasses with like incredible displays, and we're like pinning windows into the environment like it's an Apple Vision Pro.
Dude, that really blew me away. So Ralph put up on the screen some Ultras that have 6-DoF camera tracking, so they're spatially aware, but these Air 2 Pros do not have cameras. But somehow you can still pin the screen and it stays there, and you can look around and you can like look down at what you're doing and look back up, and the screen is stuck there where you put it. That is crazy to me. And then with a click of a button, you can enable this like smooth follow feature where you turn your head, and if people here have used some of these other types of glasses before, usually the screen just sticks right to your face. No matter what you do, it is right there. It's very rigid. This has the smooth follow feature, right, where you turn and it just kind of has this little bit of lag where it like very smoothly moves along, and like just it feels natural and very comfortable. And then you can click a button again, you look where you want it to be, you click a button, boom, the window pin's there, and you can kind of do what you're doing, look back up at the screen, and it's just so cool.
And that's the power of being pro coming at you, right? And I don't want to do a commercial live on air for you guys and be overly salesy, but you just laid it out, right? The difference of a 0-DoF experience to a 3-DoF experience to a 6-DoF experience, that is the power of the little orange button of being pro to give you that instant mode switching. And smooth follow was just born of customer feedback, right? 0-DoF which just moves exactly when you move, it can be jarring for folks. It can give people a little bit of motion sickness. That smooth follow mode, to just have it gently move as you move, really helps ease that. And like that's thinking with a customer-centric mind first. Like, what's going to make this better for customers?
Yep.
So smooth follow was a must-do. Then when you get into body anchor, which we start getting into 3DOF, of being able to pin the image against you so it stays kind of in space, right here in that 3DOF mode, it moves as you move, is freaking hard. But it was a must offer. You have to be able to do 3DOF out of the box, and Beam Pro offers us that because the glasses can't do that without it. Then getting into 6DOF, like with the Ultra glasses with the 2 environment sensors. Once I've started doing that, whether it's gesture control or not, which we can do, but just that ability to 6DOF an image, even if it's just like watching Netflix in a 6DOF environment, meaning I can get closer to the screen. If I want to feel like I'm sitting front row at the cinema, I can stand up and literally go walk into the screen. That's dope. For a 2D image, that's cool. Let alone give me a 3D image, right? Playing a game by like our boys over there at DV Creations who have tabletop tower defense game in 3D in 6DOF is mind-blowingly cool. Shout out to DB Creations, my guys, right down the road over there in Bellevue, Washington.
Yeah, just on some glass. Just no big deal. Just in a pair of sunglasses with glass.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah,
Super
it is
cool.
super crazy.
Super
And
cool.
for the record, both of those modes, like the pinning the window and the sticking it to your head motion, are both necessary. Like for an individual user, like one user needs both. There are and during the same viewing session, like I'll be watching something and there are like moments where I want it to stick to my face so I can like roll around a little bit, and then there's moments where it would be more comfortable to just pin it into the environment and allow me to like wobble around a little without having to move my images. So like I found myself switching back and forth multiple times during like a single episode of something.
Yeah, I'll be watching, like I'll catch up on my daily news on YouTube and stuff for, you know, XR news, AI news, and all that stuff, and I'll kind of have them I'll have it pinned to that where it follows your head, and I'll go and I'll make my breakfast and I'll make coffee, and then I'll sit down and then I'll pin it in front of me. And then, you know, I'll be able to look down, eat, drink coffee, look up at the screen, and it's phenomenal. And then I get up and I have to go do something, and I pin it to my vision again. It's just so cool, man. It's just so cool.
And we're talking about, in this short conversation so far, we've really been talking about like 2D environments, 2D experiences, watching videos, maybe, you know, jumping on YouTube, even if you're doing productivity on email or messaging. But we're talking about just 2D apps. We haven't even started touching the surface of like actual made for AR 3D experiences, especially with something like Ultra with those sensors built in that could take advantage of that. And part of that comes down to, well, we're shipping Ultra like literally right now. So folks, it's fair enough for folks to ask, where are the 6DOF experiences? Where are those 3D experiences? Let's get them out to devs, right? My quick answer is they're in the devs' minds, they're in the devs' hands. So we need to get these glasses and the dev kits and our NR SDK out to developers to empower them to make like all the cool S they want to go make.
Yeah.
So like, let's get them the hardware, let's get them the software, because our goal, give you awesome tools. You guys are the brains, you know what to make, like go make awesome apps from here on out. So like I am saying a little bit of cool 6DOF experiences will come with patience, but like now that these are shipping, we get them into the hands of devs. The devs can go create, like, let's go make whatever you want, and we've got the hardware and software for you to help do it.
Is there like, if like let's say you had to demo me on a 6DOF experience to like prove the quality or prove the use case, I guess, of the glasses in 6DOF, like do you have something at XREAL that you can show?
Yeah, I got a couple, and it depends on who that audience is, right? Is it a consumer who wants to do cool things, or is it more of an enterprise customer who needs to see, like, what could I do with this in a factory or with my workforce? Different experiences. Yeah. So what I've been doing lately with Beam Pro, you know, brand new, shipping to customers, you know, literally today, is just the 6DOF and hand gesture and hand tracking between Ultra and this. It's freaking sweet, right? To be able to put on my Ultra glasses, connect to the Beam Pro, have my apps out here in space, and to be able to select them and to hand gesture and hand track them, it's pretty magical, right? It is an AVP-esque experience with lighter weight, with a lower price tag, with just controlling apps, getting into YouTube, getting into Netflix, selecting videos to watch. Again, all 2D. When we're going into 3D space or 3D apps like Full Sixth Off, there's a couple games I like to demo with. I mentioned the guys at DB Creations with Table Trenches, awesome tower defense game, love it. We've had a game that's been shipping with XREAL for a couple of years since the Unreal days called Apparatus. This giant 3D monstrosity of a machine where you have to, pull levers and put things here and like solve the puzzle. That one's really fun. But then when we get into more of those enterprise use cases, that's going to be custom. That's going to be what an enterprise customer would need to build with us. And that's where we team up with companies like AWS, who's got, spatial needs for days through different clients. And then we team up with Amazon to figure out like the right solutions that AWS carries, that our hardware can support with our software, that their clients can build. And now we're like doing really cool Frankenstein monster creations together.
I love it.
One of the things that really got me is at CES, I went in and I did a demo in this room, and in the room was like, there were like lights set up, and you just go in and you think, oh, it's just a nice design demo room, right? And there's QR codes on the table, and you put on the glasses, and then the QR codes spring up things, and things come to life. And there's even like control sets where I can, like, using my hands, I can grab these little things and bring them up and down and control the dimming on the lights, and like smart home features in your AR glasses. Like, what blew me away?
That is pretty sick.
Wow. Unreal.
Yeah, we do start to travel now with the light switcher, right? And it's a light stand, it's a light tube that stands, call it 3 feet high. And, when we're connected to the right demo, that spatial life demo that you caught at CES, like, it's number one thing, glasses on, and it's like, go grab and move the light switch. Now, when it's not connected, we're doing nothing. But when we're connected to the lights, and I should hook up the home office. I'll be right back. I'm going to hook up the home office. It's impactful, right? It's really cool. Like, to add fun home automation and other features that you can run all through glass, like, the possibilities are really, really endless. And especially, now that we're talking about a device that runs Google Play Store, the ability to throw apps on it, side-loaded or through Play Store, like, it just opens up so much more world that we can go do cool things with.
I love the smart home feature stuff. Like, the gears are immediately turning for me. Like, I can imagine putting the glasses on and like glancing around, and like, you can see if your door is unlocked, like, is my door unlocked? It's like, there's like a pop-up on it. It's like, door is currently unlocked, like, maybe I'm doing a nighttime checklist to turn all the lights off or do all this or that. And, it's like going through and just like spatially being aware of all of the settings of my smart home, just looking around, like, that sounds really cool.
For real. Yeah.
And also you've been touching on the 3D stuff. I think it's probably important to mention, by the way, this device that looks and functions pretty much like a cell phone, the Beam, is $200, which I was pretty taken aback by.
Yeah, like $199.
That's a great price.
That's crazy
for this.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna add the glasses, which are how much? $400?
$399 for the Air 2s and $449 for the Air 2 Pros.
Is that right?
He was killing it. You're gonna run me out of a job, man.
Got you, bro. So you're basically looking at $600 to $700 for the pair of the devices. But this thing for $200, I think that's a pretty fair price. And if you look at it, and I'm sure Ralph can show his too, there are side-by-side cameras that I'm assuming are for stereoscopic capture. Correct?
That's right. Absolutely right. And that's why they're so far apart. And a little bit is that catches people's attention. Like, why are those cameras so far apart? Like, it looks a little different. Well, that's on purpose. They're perfectly 50 millimeters apart for the stereoscopic 3D capture. They're exactly where they need to be. Because like most of our smartphones today that don't shoot in 3D, like those cameras would not be in the right place. If you could just use our wizardry and turn your phone into a 3D camera, the camera's in the wrong place. Then you'd have to use some software to smash it together to make that look the way it should. But this perfectly aligned 50 millimeter space is made for 3D. And like, you could go buy a 3D camera. There's plenty of options. But like, you're gonna be in for $300 probably if you want to buy a pocket point and shoot 3D camera. Well, how about we just build that functionality into a pocket device that operates like a phone? Like, that was important for us with this device. Was spatial video, 3D video is kind of seeing a very cool resurgence right now. The ability to watch that through our glasses is there, through AVP, is there. So let's empower people to be able to shoot in 3D. So that was important that we built that in right there. And again, starting at $299, like you're not going to find, I think, a point and shoot 3D camera. You will, but there's not as many options.
Starting at $299 or $199?
$199.
$199.
Boom.
Cool. Skiva,
wow.
do my job. What is it? $199.
Dude, wait, I'm assuming the red blazers are in the mail, okay? Because like, for as good as we're doing, I feel like we should be.
Guys, if you get a box with all this red shit in it without who's it from, you're gonna know. All right?
Dude, by the way, the Xbox controller looks great with the combo. We were talking about games. You actually are from Xbox, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I come from the Xbox world. Before I joined XREAL in September of 2023, I spent 12 years working with Team Xbox in a PR capacity, which was really cool. Like, I bleed green still all day long, even with the red controller. Xbox is my brand. I'm playing on a Series X in the living room. I'm doing Game Pass on all my mobile devices. Like, I am knee deep in college football 25 strictly through my Series X. So,
all right, what's like the coolest thing that you got to be a part of or that you got to do during your years as PR with Xbox?
It was a lot. It was a long stretch. We did a lot over 12 years. And when I started, it was in this time period where putting apps into video game consoles was just starting, right at the tail end of the PS3 and Xbox 360 era. Could have been PS4. Yeah, we were starting to see apps show up in consoles like Netflix and YouTube. Like, that was starting that. So being able to do some of that was really cool, because that was like, hey, these things are going to become entertainment boxes. That was cool. But hands down, though, the coolest thing for me personally to be a part of was Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard King for $70 billion. And being a part of just, you know, the biggest tech deal in American business history was pretty neat, right? Like, that was awesome. The challenges of how to go through an acquisition of that scale was unique. There's nothing you can do to prep you to work on a $70 billion deal. And then the challenges of how Microsoft worked to get that approved through different, you know, legal constructs was just really interesting. But to go through that whole process was super cool, right? That's pretty neat. But yeah, that was cool. But the most rewarding stuff is just being part of a community of people who like love their thing so much, and to mix it up with gamers and the gaming community, and to be able to bring some of that over here to the XR community and like mix it up with you guys, like, that's the good stuff.
It really is. That's like our bread and butter. Like 99.9% of everything we do is community focused. Like, we just love the community. We love the people. We are like huge fans of anybody who creates anything that gives us a touch of all of this amazing futuristic magical shit that we're all getting the opportunity to get involved in. Paradise Decay in the chat asks a pretty awesome question.
I see it.
You see it. All right,
I can't answer on behalf of them anymore. Paradise, I can't answer what they're thinking now.
Now, for the record, the question for you all out there is Paradise Decay wants to know, like, why is Xbox so scared of VR, Ralph?
I'm not a spokesperson for Xbox. I'm not affiliated with the brand anymore. I'll parrot what the message was back when I worked with those guys. You know, it's been almost a year now. Was Microsoft has this thing called Windows that's the most prevalent operating system in the world, and those are machines that run VR very, very well. Let PCs do what they were made to do and power VR. That was the message back then when VR was not being put into Xbox consoles.
Kind of a good message.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of a good response.
It worked, but you know, they made experiences from like some of the Xbox Game Studios games to work great in VR. Minecraft, you know, is choice. Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator, in my book, is so the greatest VR experience ever made.
It's incredible.
Flight Simulator is stunning, and like that was made for 360 for that type of environment. So I don't know, man, if they're gonna do anything with it in the future. I won't even speculate on it. But I do want them to do things with AR, and I want Game Pass in my AR glasses. So you better believe.
Oh, and you're probably in the inbox of all of your homies over there right now. Hey, dude, what's up, man? You've been seeing all the stuff I'm doing? Let's hook up.
And it works great. Like, hey, I've got every game streaming service right here because of Google Play Store, right? So on my Beam Pro, the first thing I did was I downloaded Game Pass. I went and got Amazon Luna. I got NVIDIA GeForce Now. So I've got them all running right here, and then I send them up to Glass, and like that's pretty sweet. That ain't a bad way to play.
That's super sweet.
It's amazing because you can then play all of those games at home, on a plane, in your hotel room, no matter where you are. You have this massive screen and all of these services that you can use. And I gotta say, like, when I first put these glasses on and I plugged them into this Beam Pro, I was floored at the interface because, like, the Nebula OS, which is or Nebula is the app that you would load on your phone to run these glasses, but it's very different than the interface that's on the Beam Pro, right? All of a sudden now I have all of these circular apps of everything I've installed on this thing from the Google Play Store in like an AVP configuration, and I can just point to it with the Beam and just select whatever I want, or swipe and they move over, and then there's more apps and more apps. But all around it is my room and my house. And the interface is absolutely gorgeous now. Like, it's beautiful. And you know, we've been talking a lot about playing games and watching movies on this thing, but you know, some of the best experiences I've had is, like, I live in Discord and on Twitter, right? Or X, whatever it's called, right?
Shocking.
And I have this giant like Discord screen up in my glasses, man, and I can read the text crystal clear, and I can just click on what I want, and then I have a full keyboard on this thing. A keyboard pops up and I can type away in Discord, and I can see the phone because these are transparent glasses. Or not phone, I keep saying phone. I see the Beam Pro, but and there's a keyboard on it, and I can swipe, I can do whatever I want to easily type, and then I can switch over. I can just swipe over and switch over to like Twitter or something, right? Or have it in a window right next to Discord, and then be able to scroll through on this giant, massive, like, I have this big Twitter feed standing like 10 feet tall, it feels like.
You are, right? Twitter.
Yeah.
You are.
Right? It's just crazy, man. Like, all of the things that I never thought of, you know, being able to really enjoy in this type of environment have been some of my favorite.
Nice.
You
That's
know?
right.
So
it is great. You know, and like we've been hyping these things up, right? Like, we've been saying how amazing they are. We're saying how fantastic it is and how it's just the best thing in the entire universe, but like, there's room to improve. Like I said earlier, there's certainly things that would make these devices better that, you know, that maybe are lacking. What do you think, Ralph? Like, if you could wave a magic wand and like improve one thing that you think would just like make the experience of the XREAL so much better, what do you think it would be?
Yeah, and the good thing is I know the answer to that. Like, I know what we're doing. We have a studious roadmap to bring customers new innovations, but to also protect our market leadership, right? So we know what we're going to do in the world of glasses and in the world of host devices. So right off the bat, I can think of a couple things that I want personally to help make the experience better. And then, you know, I'll tease a couple things that we are going to do. I'm not in a position ready to announce new things today.
Exclusive announcement on Between Realities right now.
All right, so first thing we're going to do. All red.
Yes.
We're not going to do that. So a couple things that I think will continue to make the experience better for everyone. Bigger fields of view, right? Bigger
That's number one for me.
Yep, same.
That's clutch, right? Because today we're at 46-degree field of view over here in Air 2 and Air 2 Pro, and then in Ultra we're up to 52 degrees field of view. I think that's quite large, but there is room to make that bigger. We know how to get to higher fields of view. We know how to get to 57 degrees fields of view.
Nice.
We know how to get to 70-degree fields of view. So you can imagine that will happen. Much bigger than 70 is too big, because then you're moving your head to see the screen, and that's almost too large. It's the size of the entire freaking wall. So field of view is a good one, but as field of view grows, picture quality has to stay strong. You can't sacrifice pixels to grow size. So we need to be able to keep 1080p full HD and then get to 2K, like I mentioned earlier. So bigger fields of view is important. Comfort, critical, right? If you've used Air V1 and then jump to Air 2, it's significant. We right balance the glasses, the way Air 1 and Air 2 sit and the way the weight is balanced up here versus in the back. the pliability of the glasses to make them really move and really comfortable is critical. So we've got some things to help maintain super comfort, but at the same time to make sure the glasses really fit for different people, different head sizes, different IPDs. Like, that's critical, right? Because we do not use a mechanical diopter. We're not going to do that. Some folks do, some other glasses do, some other hardware does. The reason we don't do it is we're not eye doctors, right? There's a right way to do that. There's a right way to change or the right way to change IPD and to mess with prescriptions, but we don't want to mess with your eyesight. Like, do no harm is important. Like, we have blue light free, flicker free. We have good certifications from Rhineland, but it's important for us that we don't put a mechanical diopter in there that might do harm. So we have a few different things in mind for what we'll do for IPD in the future. Like, that's important, right? So everybody can experience the glasses, you know, not just folks who only see things like with different IPD numbers. That's an important one. Adopting more use cases, right? Making the host device bigger, faster, stronger is important. Like, we're really in love with what Beam Pro can do today, but we're really excited about what we'll be able to do with these type of devices in the future. With other partners who are in there, right? Like, I love that we have a Qualcomm chip in here today, a spatial companion processor from Qualcomm. That's awesome. But, like, what happens when we kick it up a notch and we take it to a stronger processor and more chips? And, like, what happens if we put a chip in glasses someday and you have a 3DOF built into glass? Like, that's exciting to think about. What happens if we put cameras in glass? Because we're not doing cameras today. We do sensors in our Ultra. That's not a camera. It's not an RGB. But what happens when we start to think about how to do that? What happens when we start to think about how to do that in a unique, possibly modular kind of way? It's really exciting stuff to think about because we want to be able to answer customers' demands for different scenarios. I want camera glasses. Okay, cool. I want AI glasses. That's the trend we're seeing. Everybody's in the race to AI glasses today. Our bread and butter is video display. So, like, what we do, we can't sacrifice that. But it's really exciting to look at, like, what are we going to do in the future and how are we going to bring these other use cases to life? And once we're ready to start announcing that and talking about it, if you guys will let me back, I'd love to come shout it out then.
Oh, heck yeah. We would love to have you back. And I do want to say with the AI thing, I mean, I've been using AI in these glasses. Like, I have Perplexity and ChatGPT and everything installed on the Beam Pro, and I make queries. I hit the little microphone button on there and I talk to it and I get information and it talks back to me, and it works phenomenal. So yeah, so you can already do AI stuff on here and it works really, really well with some of the best models on the planet. The thing I think I would want the most is, number one, is field of view, right? If this thing just completely took over my field of view, like, wow, like, that's some next level stuff, right? I mean, I feel like saying 47 degrees sounds worse than it actually looks.
I would agree with that.
Because when I saw that was the field of view, I was like, nah. No, no way. Like, it feels so much bigger to me, right? The other things that I would want to do have already been done in the Ultras. Like, being able to not have to use the phone to control things and just be able to use my hands is already being done with the XREAL Ultras, right? And but correct me if I'm wrong, you can't buy the Ultras yet, right? They're not on the market yet?
You can buy them. You can pre-order them, and we're shipping today. Like, here it is, 7/19/24, 2:56 Pacific Standard Time. We are shipping. They are arriving for customers. So the folks who pre-ordered with us starting back in January, Ultras are arriving, and we're going, in order. Who pre-ordered first, they're getting their Ultras first. So if you jumped on and bought a pair of Ultras today, you're going to have to wait for shipment wave 2, because all of wave 1 is spoken for from the folks who pre-ordered it, a handful of months ago. We owe them. We owe those customers. So you can get it today. We're starting to see, if you follow on our Reddits and Discords, like, customers are starting to get them. We still have to continue to ramp production. That's going well. We have to get overseas shipment. The logistics of shipping is super fun. But yes, you could order them today. They are starting to arrive for customers today. If you order them today, yours would probably take a couple more weeks, but they'd get there. And, like, again, doing the gesture and the touch control with Beam Pro, it's really good. It's really good. But then what I'm excited by is, you know, when the devs get their hands on Ultra and they use it as a dev kit, like, make cool stuff, man. I can't wait to see what they come up with. And like, that's the juice. Empower devs to go make cool stuff, and then we get to take advantage and use it as customers. Like, that's what's up.
I absolutely love it. Ralph, I know it's about time for you to get out of here. So before we get rid of you, is there anything that's important about what you guys are doing at XREAL that we didn't touch on? Something that like you wanted to make sure that we communicate before we wrap things up, or just some closing thoughts from you before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. So let me throw some shout outs. Congratulations on the Augie, you guys.
Thank you.
Like, well deserved. That was awesome. Man. I stood on the chair and cheered.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
On chair.
Thank you.
And cheered. So congratulations. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to the XREAL community, and then the broader AR XR community, and really those folks who have been with us. So XREAL's been on this journey for 7 years when we became a startup back in 17, and it's a thank you to the folks who have been with us. Some of them are in the chat right now. Hartley's over there, Oogie's over there, Jay Dunn, like, and there's more. And I'm sorry I'm not shouting out everybody, but like, you guys have been awesome for us. You've helped me out starting this job 10 months ago and helped teach me more about our industry. But you've been on the journey and you've been through us. Highs, lows, new products, old products, and difference. Like, it's a thank you to the community. Like, you have nothing if your community's not with you and if your customers don't want to go on the journey with you. So, like, shout out to you guys. I appreciate you. We as a company appreciate you. So, dude, a little bit of love there. And then, like, what's coming on the roadmap, I am psyched about. Like, really, really psyched. So I can't wait to tell you guys more about that. Some of those guys I just shouted out have been learning about it. Don't ask them about it. But like, what's coming is cool. But really, like, it only exists because of the community then that you guys are building, like, who want to see cool new stuff and like who are willing to pick up a pair of glasses that maybe they haven't tried out before. Because we're not in retail, but we're working on it. We're going to be in retail very soon.
There we go.
That's going to be what's up. So like, helping get the word out there and like reminding folks, like, there is cool stuff out there. Like, give it a shot.
Dude, Ralph Jodice Jr., brother, thank you so much for your contributions to the AR XR space and for taking some time today with us. You are, all right? You're wearing the blazer, okay? You can't miss that blazer if you go to an event. So we really appreciate you, man. Thanks for everything. Thanks for giving us our initial demos of the XREAL and staying in touch with us, coming on as a guest on the show, and hit us up when you've got more to share, and there's a good chance we'll have you back on.
Yep.
I would love it. And hey, I'd love to see you guys out there at Gamescom. I'm still at TBD. I don't know. And I used to go to Gamescom year over year with my old ex guys. TBD, if I'm going to make it, I would sure love to. And you know, if XREAL's out there, you can't miss.
We'll see.
Like, you'll see me.
We'll see you, brother. All right.
Okay,
well,
I hope so, man.
We're gonna hold you to it, frankly. Yep. So TBD, nothing. See you at Gamescom, man, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Alex, Skiva, thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for the opportunity. Everybody listening, watching, thank you. Appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for having me on.
All right, everybody. Say goodbye to Ralph. Bye, Ralph.
Adios, Ralph.
Bye,
see you later.
And he's gone.
He's gone.
Just like that.
Yep. I'm going to leave the monitor down in case we need it.
Okay.
Because we got a few more minutes where we're just going to hang out.
Yeah, do you guys want to just hang out now that we got rid of our guest and it's a little early for that typically,
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that for you the XREAL, the biggest drawback, or I don't know, shouldn't even call it a drawback really, but like the biggest area of improvement that would improve your experience is FOV.
Definitely FOV. I think that's like, after using the Ultra glasses that have solved some of the other things, it may be the only
There's not a lot of issues.
There isn't. I mean, I guess we all want thinner, lighter. Do you know what I mean? So I guess, if someday they were as thin as the glasses I'm wearing right now, that would be cool. But, we're going to get there someday.
We are.
You know what I mean? They're pretty thin as they are right now.
Oh, this is just the cover.
That's the cover. Here you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, they're pretty thin as they are right now. So
they definitely are.
Oh, by the way, if people here are looking to grab this stuff, there are links in our description if you want to use those. I did create affiliate links just in case. Obviously, no pressure, but if you do click on them and buy them, sweet, it would help us. But
or you could just give us money directly.
Yeah, that works too.
just kidding, but. all of your donations do help the Between Reality ship stay afloat out here in the great
in space,
the great yonder. You know, when I was messing around with these, and I was like, I have to plug these in. That's right. And I'm like looking for the plug. I'm like, where do you plug them in? And I noticed that there's a USB-C on the edge, on the end of like the part that goes behind your ear, like the very edge of like the, I don't know, as far away from the lenses as you can get on a pair of glasses. There's a flat side right at the bottom that tucks behind your ear where the cable just plugs in. And it was, I mean, I wasn't like up and running around. Yeah, there it is right there. Like I wasn't up and running around when I was doing the demo. I was seated the whole time, but the cable did not bother me.
Nope.
No, I mean, you're holding the device, the Beam Pro in one hand, and then you got the cable plugged into it. And like, I'm just sitting here chilling, just doing my thing, using the phone or the Beam Pro or whatever. It's a phone, bro.
It is pretty much a phone.
It's a phone.
with features that have been added just for this thing, right? Like I'm pretty sure they have modified the Android system to be able to do things that your phone can't.
Yeah.
There's certain things that are locked by Samsung and that they could not, I don't think they could get the interface the way it is on the Beam Pro to work on your phone the same way. So I did try it on my phone and the experience is not as good. It's still pretty cool, but the interface on this Beam Pro, dude, is amazing. It is my hands down my favorite.
And it like you know, has a button specifically for the glasses. There's two USB-C ports on the bottom, so you can plug it in and charge it and plug it into the glasses. So it looks and feels exactly like a phone, but when you take a second look, you'll definitely realize that it is a little bit different. And I'm assuming you can't make a cellular phone call with this, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if it's on Wi-Fi, obviously you can make calls through Discord and stuff like that. But I think there might be a spot for a SIM card in here. I'm not sure. There's a SIM card slot right here on the side. So maybe you could turn. I'm
if that thing can be a phone, like people should just buy that.
Oh, you know what though? This might be for. You know what? Never mind. This is for the SD card.
Okay.
Because this can go up to a terabyte with an SD card.
Bro, $200. Like,
dude,
what phone is like? There's no $200 phone. So like, this would even be a good thing if like you have a. God, this is hilarious. But there's probably better choices. But like, you know, your kid or whatever, like somebody who needs a device.
Well. Or if you want to take spatial photos.
Dude,
like, look at this.
Jay Dunn says there is a cellular option.
Oh, there is a cellular. Cool. Heck yeah.
5G comes later this year. Damn.
Nice. There we go.
All right. Thanks,
There
Sirius.
we go.
Well,
but I don't know many other devices like this where you can just take 3D pictures. Right? Like you can go out and you can buy an Insta360 camera. There's things out there that you can buy that are very expensive. $199. You're taking spatial photos and spatial video.
Take a photo of me. Right now.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I want to see this later.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I feel like the resolution on this isn't as good as like, you know, some of the newer iPhones and stuff like that. Spatial video, spatial photo. Oh, look at that.
Let's go, baby. Hey.
Nice. Boom.
All right. 3D pictures.
Heck yeah.
I guess I'll view these in the glasses.
Yep. Here, let's take a picture of what we see in 3D.
Y'all never see this. Right? y'all never get this behind the curtain look. I guess unless you're a guest on the show.
For sure.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. And I, for one, have always been really excited for AR. And you know, I never really thought of it until you mentioned it before the show, that we do brand this as a VR podcast. But really, it's all about, you know, different realities and digital realities, right? As well as the reality that we're in now. So, I mean, augmented reality is extremely important to me. Mixed reality, which uses camera pass-through, for me I love it. You know what I mean? But this, wearing glasses and being able to do things in your everyday life, 5 years from now, when there are a library of spatial aware things and everyone has like, you know, AR features in their glasses, I mean, to me, I think is going to be way more of a game changer to your normal everyday person than virtual reality is.
Yeah, so maybe we should, you know, like it made sense to call it the Between Realities VR podcast for a long time because we like wanted everybody to know what the podcast was about, which for all intents and purposes, it really has been a VR podcast. Like it is 99.9%. But as we get into AR, as we get into, I don't know, MR, I still count as VR because you're using VR headsets, so it's still VR. And AI. Like I imagine at some point we're going to want to like have deeper dives into AI and maybe have some thought leaders in the AI space on, you know, because there is a lot of Venn diagram overlap between XR and AI and all this stuff. So yeah, maybe we'll maybe we'll get rid of the VR at some point in this title and broaden things up a little bit as we need to.
Heck yeah.
Apparently we're gonna have to share this photo that you just took. If you're like, I need the picture that you just took so I can view it in my headset.
Okay. So we'll take a couple pictures after the show, and you guys have to just pretend you don't see any of the green.
Right. And
because we're on a spaceship.
We'll share them in Discord.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what spatial photos look like when you share them in Discord. They're probably just side by side, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Well, I mean,
we'll find out.
But how would you share that with somebody who is in their headset? Like, how would they open it natively? Like,
well, I am not sure because I haven't tried yet, but I will tell you that I use certain video players to watch 3D movies that do there's just a button for side-by-side 3D. So, but we will try this and get back to you guys because I know like the Apple Vision Pro, for example, you know, is able to, you know, natively display pictures. And I wonder if, you know, with an AVP, if you could look at the photos directly from here too.
Probably.
I can't imagine that you wouldn't be able to.
Probably. Hartley says they're side by side and they work on pretty much any HMD.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Shout out Eric Hartley. Just a hardcore OG in the VR space.
Dude, right? Man, Eric's been around since I can remember.
Yeah.
Like
he was there for me for my OC6, you know, inaugural VR conference.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He's a big part of that. I appreciate you, Eric. This is good stuff.
Very cool. Arcanian, I want to say, I see you in the chat right now. Arcanian, you're still working for Cluj Interactive, right? The makers of Synth Riders. And me and Alex yesterday were at Dave & Buster's, and we ran by a Synth Riders standalone VR arcade machine. And I was like, what? Immediately took a picture and sent it to Arturo, the president of Cluj Interactive.
Pretty crazy. Like, you know, like we're lucky here in Phoenix. I'm going to call it Phoenix, where we have like some cool stuff. You know, it's like a major city and like there's big arcades and things like that. And the Dave & Buster's here has had like legit VR experiences in it for years. Like they've had Vader Immortal for years. They've had Beat Saber for years. They just put in that like, was it like DP VR, that Godzilla machine or whatever.
Yeah.
CES.
Yeah, the Godzilla machine is really cool.
They got that. They got like the big like 4-person like Top Gun experience or Jurassic Park. So they've been doing VR at Dave & Buster's for a while.
That Top Gun experience was super sick. It was so good.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, CreeperBetty. Shout out to you.
What's up, CreeperBetty?
A part of the Kluge team over there.
Oh, that's right, CreeperBetty in the chat from Cluj as well. We got multiple Clujers in the house.
But that arcade machine was definitely exciting to see, you know, because it's Synth Riders. Like it's you know, it's not like Beat Saber, it's not Star Wars, it's not Jurassic Park, it's Synth Riders, like homies. That is a like a grassroots VR experience. You know what I mean? Real. So to have them have a standing Synth Riders arcade here in Phoenix where we can just go and play it, like. So awesome. Yeah. Like that's going to be so many people's first VR experience.
I know.
It's going to be Synth Riders at Dave & Buster's.
I know. Man, a couple of years ago, I was at IAAPA, which is a conference for amusement parks where like Disney and a bunch of these places go to find their rides. And it has been largely taken over by VR stuff. So many VR experiences at IAAPA. But it's the first time I ever met the president of Cluj, and he was launching this machine. So this thing was like brand new. Here was like one of the first ones ever made. And I got to see that and I was like, wow, this is super cool. And to actually run into it now in the wild, like these things are out there. They've been mass produced. They're in arcades. They're out there giving people mind-blowing experiences. Man, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful machine. It's super cool.
Yep. So as you guys all know, I've been working at Impact Reality for a few weeks now.
Let's go.
It's been pretty awesome and staying busy, you know, and getting busier. And like now it's like, oh crap, like I'm starting to see what your life has been like for the past couple of years.
Hold on, man. Put that seatbelt on.
Thanks for being here, man. Thank you guys for coming by.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, it's been exciting, and one of the most exciting projects that I have been working on incredibly intimately, actually, is Alicia, the VR MMORPG. And, you know, for somebody who's a World of Warcraft fan like myself, I got pretty excited when I heard about Elysia, I don't know, 5 years ago, when they're like, did a Kickstarter and, you know, they were like giving content creators tours of their alpha, and I got into the world so long ago, like pre-Quest 1, you know what I mean? Like, this is forever ago. And then they kind of vanished. You know, and a lot of people got upset about it because they're Kickstarter backers, you know, and obviously, you know, if you're going to back a Kickstarter, you got to know there's a chance nothing's going to happen, right? Like, that does happen with Kickstarters. But Elysia is back. These guys disappeared off of the face of the earth for like a couple of years, and, you know, learned some hard lessons, I think, when it comes to VR development. But they have gone away and come back, and today pushed an update to the live servers that completely reworks all of their core systems. The movement systems, the climbing, the swimming, all the combat has been redone. The party system has been redone and is working. The voice chat system has been redone and is working. Like, all of the core fundamental just VR game mechanics have been scrapped and reworked and put out as a result of, or as of now. As of now, it's live out onto the servers. So if you are like me and you like VR MMORPGs and you're now feeling the void kind of after Zenith was like, hey, we're hanging up the hat kind of thing, Elysia has been picking up development and are like really starting to put a little bit of rubber to the pavement. So it's an exciting time, and it might be worth taking a look at Elysia now. I think so. I'm certainly having fun.
It's exciting to have another MMO in VR, right? I mean, Zenith has really been the king of VR MMOs now, right? Like, I think it's really the only legit one out there.
Yeah, people bring up Orbis sometimes, which, like, I really had a good time in. Like, and that's kind of, you know, if you liked Orbis, it's kind of the similar experience to what you'll get in Elysia, just in terms of the like, it's like an old school MMO. You know what I mean? Like, Zenith, I think, was like, they're trying to add like some more modern takes and elements, you know, like really trying to like differentiate their style and what they do. Like, it's kind of, you know, their love of VR, MMORPGs, and anime kind of all coming together. But Elysia is a little bit more of like that purist experience, you know? It's like if you played like EverQuest, you know, like that's closer to the kind of experience you'll get here. And for some people, like, they've been waiting to recapture that feeling of that old school style of MMO, you know? Like, I played, my first MMOs were the most brutal, hardcore, and my first one was EverQuest Online Adventures on PlayStation 2. My first MMORPG was with a controller. And
so you had to go out and buy the modem attachment, the network card attachment that plugged in the back of the PlayStation.
I did. Yeah. And I was buying game cards all the time at my local EB Games, and I had a keyboard, a USB keyboard that was plugged into the PS2, which sat on my lap. But like, everything that you have to do other than really typing is all on the controller. Like, no character movement. You're not WASDing like you're playing a keyboard. You have to use the controller. And there's like, I was like pausing menus that take up your whole screen and going and like flipping out my ability bar in the middle of fights and like going back, and it was a nightmare. So it's not going to quite be that rigid and brutal, but it is a more old school style of experience. So anyway, Township Tale, yep, absolutely, that's another good one out there. Arcanian and Amelia Faust. Riff XR started calling itself an MMO as well, which is also kind of interesting. It's not quite I mean, I haven't been in there.
Yeah, I mean, so it has character level up systems. You can level up your stamina and your hit points and you know, become more deadly. And so there's a lot of MMO type of mechanics in there. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're building it out to be more of an MMO, but I mean, it's, you know, it's kind of like little bits of MMO, social platforms, and lots of AI abilities in there that do things that I have never seen anywhere else. It's a pretty cool experience. And it's Unreal 5. So there are some interesting things. I remember Mark, one of the founders there, took me in this world where the sunlight was unlike anything I had seen in any VR experience, because it's pretty rare that you have Unreal 5 experiences, right? And I remember being like holding my hand up with the sun and the beams of light actually going through my fingers, right? It was unlike anything that I've seen before. So they are definitely doing cool things in there.
Nice.
That's for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. So, one more thing on Alicia. If you played it before, the content is basically the way it's been. In terms of like the quests, the characters you encounter, the classes, a lot of that stuff outside of just core functionality has stayed the same. So I wouldn't expect to get in there now if you like played to level 15 back in the day and see a whole lot of new stuff. But that is what's coming next from Alicia. It'll probably take a few months, probably looking at like October or something like that. But there will be a big content update that'll be coming to the game as well. Nice. And, I'll tease here that there will be some cool things happening during this time before the new content comes out, but after the core systems update that will be there to like incentivize people to come in and like play the older version before the new content rolls in and kind of like revamps the landscape of the game, so to speak. Does No Man's Skies count Arcanian? Kind of. It is a massive online multiplayer game, but it doesn't have like MMO, traditional MMO game mechanics.
Man, and the update that they just put out for No Man's Sky called Worlds Part 1, wow, it adds a lot to this game, to the graphic fidelity, like the plants and the grass flowing in the breeze and like the storms, different kinds of animals, different kinds of plants, all different kinds of mechanics. Man, they just keep making this game like better and better, and it's pretty mind-blowing. I've always loved No Man's Sky. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours in this game, and the good thing is it runs absolutely insanely incredible on the PSVR 2. Right, which is it's I couldn't believe the improvements that they've made to this game on the PSVR 2. It's just been absolutely crazy.
And they just announced a new game.
They did, and it sounds like they're taking a lot of the things that they've learned, that they're learning, and that they're making in this new game, and they're kind of putting it into this new system for No Man's Sky. So like, I can't believe the types of things that they are releasing in here. And this game, like from the day that it launched to now, like look at the scene here.
I know.
Like, what in the world? I mean, it's just so much different and so much better than it ever has been before. And this is Worlds Part 1. There will be a Worlds Part 2 is what they're implying, right? So I don't know, man. This game continuously blows me away. Dude, it just really does.
I think I might need to play this game like soon.
Yeah.
Like I have played it and I have enjoyed it, but I haven't played it. You know what I mean? Like played it, like getting in every night, like really, getting into a progression of some kind. Like I've gone in there and messed around, had a good time exploring. What I always end up doing is like looking for a paradise. Like I have spent 95% of my time in that game looking for paradise. Yeah. Like I'm just like constantly exploring the planets and being like, can I set up shop here? And then like the acid rain starts and I'm like, no, I can't.
And then you look at it and there's just so much to do. There's infinite amount of things to do. The amount of quests that are in there is absolutely insane. Like the amount of different things that you can find, and different ships that you can get, and different bases, and unlocking all the different parts. I want to say CreeperBetty's in the chat saying, honestly, I'll never play No Man's Sky on PC. No need to. PSVR 2 knocks it out of the park, and it does. But CreeperBetty, you just got a banging PC. And if you go into No Man's Sky on PC and you go into the options and you turn on DLSS, which is an AI form of super sampling that takes drop frames and it like uses AI to produce new frames and to keep your frame rate really high and steady. Wow. I mean, the PSVR 2 version is really good, but if you can crank everything up to epic on the PC, there is just no other way. Yeah. There's no other way to play this game. So
shout out to Vivian, who's here in the chat.
Vivian sighting. Holy cow.
Vivian, we're going to have our community episode in a week or two. And I have a special outfit prepared for that one.
Speaking of outfits, I am just noticing that sick quill shirt you got on there from Moss. Look at that.
There it is.
Wow.
There it is, people.
That is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Where in the world?
Twilight Garden action.
Sick.
Yeah, I paid for it.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw it. They were like, hey, we're selling merch. And I'm like, I think I need that shirt. Yeah, and after shipping, it was like $50.
Oh wow!
I know.
Wow.
See,
I'm used to having to pay ridiculous prices for T-shirts because I don't make them in my size.
Yes.
So
because it's like.
But man, $50 for a shirt, that does sting.
It does. But you know, the way I was thinking about it, I'm like, but they've given me access to their games on multiple platforms, you know, like they've given me a Quill figure. Like that thing's like
for sure.
Like I'll support them. I'll support them.
Gotta support Paul.
That's exactly how I felt.
They do great things.
That's how I felt it.
Absolutely.
Hey, Vivian, do you need that other earring back, by the way? Because like, yeah. This is hilarious. It's not what it looks like, people. Yeah, let me know if you need that back, because what I'm gonna wear, there's a thing in the pocket, and it might have belonged to Vivian at some point. And this will all make sense.
Sounds like an interesting story.
It'll all make sense when the community episode rolls around. Vivian says, "Yo, if you go out and have drinks with Alex, you'll end up giving him your jacket." I mean, maybe it happened. I have
given you my jacket before. You have definitely taken my heated jacket. I'm a lucky guy. I gotta say, I've been lucky in my days, and one of the things that has made me lucky is the amazing people who have taken prized clothing items off of their backs and given them to me. Like, I have a jacket, which you guys will see, that might have been Vivian's previously, and I have a Do you have a Coletto's jacket?
I do.
You do not.
I do.
You have a Coletto's jacket? Sick.
I know. I was trying to keep it as a surprise.
No.
But yeah, I do. I'm the only male in the world that has or will ever have a Coletto's jacket.
Wow.
That's what she said.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. So I was at AWE and we were at this insanely amazing party, and it was huge, right? And off in the distance, I see someone holding up a phone, and across the phone, giant letters is scrolling across Skiva. And Vivian is standing there holding this thing.
Like John Cusack.
Yeah, it was exactly like that. It was exactly like that. It was like one of the best like, hey, Skivas I've ever seen. So thanks, Viv.
$5 from CreeperBetty.
Hey.
She said, Alex, come play No Man's Sky with me this weekend.
Thank you.
Also, let's wish Skiva a happy early birthday. It's coming in a few days.
What?
That's right.
Am I getting older soon?
Dude, you should slow down, bro.
Dude, I know.
You got one foot in the grave over there, man.
I know.
Yeah. What day's your birthday?
Monday. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's very soon.
Yeah.
Days. Well, happy early birthday, dog.
Hey, thanks, dude.
You're going to be
Thank you.
44?
No.
5?
No.
No way!
Yeah, dude. Oh, man.
How did this happen?
I don't know. Yesterday I was 16, rolling around, partying, having a good time, and now I'm old. I blinked, and like most of my life has gone by.
I can't believe this. I blinked and most of your life has gone by in front of me.
I know.
Like,
what the heck?
I thought
Can you make it stop?
I would love to. I thought you were in your early 40s, and then now you're not, because we've known each other for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
How does that even happen?
It's been a while. Yeah.
That's
insane. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Dang, bro.
Like I just had like this little baby I was holding in my hand, and her head fit right here and her legs came down to like right here, and now it's this 10-year-old, little girl. It's crazy.
She's a little lady.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Like I blinked and it all changed.
Dude, life is it's a hilarious, weird thing, bro. And time is a super hilarious thing. Time is a goddamn joke.
It is.
It is not real.
It's not a funny joke, though.
Yeah. I guess it depends on how you look at it. It's a scary
joke.
It is. It can be. It can be. But like, I don't know, man. The linear passage of time is. Yeah. It's not it, people.
Yeah.
It's not it.
Techno glitch with the don't blink. Yeah. I am hoping that is a reference from Doctor Who. That would make me very happy. Please let me know in the chat if it is.
What are they? The angels?
The Weeping Angels. Yeah, some of my favorite Doctor Who baddies.
It's like the only episode that I've really ever seen of Doctor Who, and I feel like it's the only one I need to see. I feel like that gives me everything I need right there.
60 years of amazingness.
Yeah.
No, it's more than that now, actually.
I'm pretty sure it's like the longest running television
show
of all time.
Yeah.
That is.
And I've seen every single episode. All of them.
Wow. Good for you.
Heck yeah.
That is
good
amazing. Arcanian says you guys are basically the same age. You're just a few months older. That's really cool. Techno Glitch did not make a reference to your...
Ah, boo.
So,
Dang it.
frankly, it would have been a stretch anyway.
I know.
So don't worry about that technically. He put you on the spot. He put way too much pressure on that for you.
I did.
I'm going to relieve all of it. So it's okay. I don't know. Man. Should we wrap this thing up or what?
I suppose. I mean, we only have, less than 3 minutes to what we would normally do anyway.
Alicia, Arizona Sunshine 2. I've been playing that. Yeah. My first couple sessions were without my Bhaptics Vest, and I was like, it dawned on me like halfway through the session. I'm like, I should be wearing my Bhaptics Vest because I'm like, all of a sudden a zombie's hitting me and I don't realize it right away, So the last session I played, I did put my Bhaptics Vest on.
Nice.
It has a great native integration in that game on the Quest.
Me and Betty have been going through Arizona Sunshine 2. I've obviously been through it a couple times to the end, but playing with Betty, it makes every game better. I'd highly suggest it if you haven't played a multiplayer game with CreeperBetty. You absolutely should. But I got a fresh batch of Bhaptics gear. I got a new vest, new arms, new facial interface. So maybe I'll throw all that in on and hop back in with Betty and complete the game that way. I've been rocking a Bhaptics DK2 developer kit 2 for a very long time now. So I finally get the actual X40. Which, I mean, I feel like there isn't a whole lot of difference,
Not functionally,
right? But I do got to say that the DK3 has those really cool Velcro side things where you just pull them out.
Yeah.
And it fits really well. The X40 has all those straps you got to tighten and loosen.
And then they kind of dangle. I was working at Bhaptics when the X40 came out.
Yeah, that's right.
Freaked out when I tried the X40 for the first time. I did. I got into our messages or whatever, and I was like, y'all, what did you do? Because I was like, I could feel the nub of that strap.
Yeah.
Like you said, the previous one was like this big flap. With like this
super comfy.
The whole flap through and kind of tie it down on the back. But with the X40, there's two 1.5 inch wide straps on the top and on the bottom. And when I let my arms rest at my sides, that's all I could feel was this nub thing down there underneath my armpit. And I got into the chats and I was like, what did you guys do? This is not comfortable at all. This is a huge step backwards. This is supposed to be a step forwards. The people are going to be freaking out when they put this on if they've used the DK2 before. This is nowhere near as comfortable. And I was losing my mind, and they're like, oh shit. What happened? He's like, dude, this thing's shipped. It's gone. Since then, the sentiment has relaxed for me. Now I don't feel like it's a huge downgrade or anything, but I freaked out when I noticed that difference.
I will tell you that, so me and you have done many expos called the Game On Expo, where we have provided hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of VR demos each day of these conventions to people. And one of the things we do is we bring haptic suits, right? And we get people in. Now, putting people in the DK2, is it DK2 or DK3? I can't remember. It's the latest developer kit one, right? But anyway, you would just kind of put it on, zip them up, grab these two things, pull it in, stick it on, and they're done. Yeah. Right. So if you're demoing all of these people in VR, in haptics, I would still honestly say that's probably the way to go to get people in faster.
Yeah, but you can't get it. They don't sell that anymore. So
True.
It's a good thing that we have a couple, and we can use them if we want to for enterprise or public-facing things or whatever. Yeah. Also, kind of fun. When Tribe Grey Wolf was here in Arizona, he wanted to film some Bhaptics content. Yep. So he borrowed my X40, and I just put it on for the first time since he borrowed it, and it felt so weird because he had it sized for him, I zipped it up, and it was like, and I was like, whoa, what,
Are you calling Tribe fat?
Well,
oh, he's not here.
I'm not, but he's fatter than me.
He's thicker.
And I'm not saying I'm not fat. I've got some good fat going. Tribe's got a little bit more going.
Oh,
don't get me wrong. Doesn't hold the guy back. He is a dashing and handsome man.
He is phenomenal guy. One of my favorite people in the world.
Yeah, that's
great. For sure.
He's great, and his wife Jordy, of course, Mrs. Tribe Grey Wolf. She's
absolutely. When I think Tribe Grey Wolf, I always think the two of them, right? Because separate they are Jonathun and Jordy, right?
Who the hell is Jonathun?
I know, Jonathun Grey Wolf. But Tribe Grey Wolf is the combination of the two.
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right, listen, let's call it, okay?
Let's do it.
We did it. We did 90 minutes.
We did.
We had a guest for an hour, and then we get rid of him. Man, it's weird. We were talking about XREAL for a long time there.
We were, and and I gotta say, honestly, it kind of like, sometimes I look at these and it's like, well, this is kind of like a commercial, but like, how do you not make something that you think is freaking awesome not look like a commercial, right? Because you're like, this is so cool. I love this. Right. And this is, it's not for everyone to be able to like spend, $300 $300+ on the glasses and spend $200 on the thing. And I totally get that. And, we were lucky enough that over all of these times and doing all these demos, Ralph had sent these over to us to be able to play with free of charge. So we're very happy about that. But I will say that I would spend the money on these personally because I travel, and if you travel, this is for me it's a must-have. It's like I cannot get on a plane without these things. So
and it's not for me,
you know what I mean?
Just for the record. Like it actually is. Like this dude, he wears technology at all times. Like I've never seen him walking around in public without like the neck headphones thing.
Oh yeah. And I don't wear those anymore because I got some great new ones that are just the wireless little ones. So, but yeah, I used to. I've always, tech is such an important part of my life. I'm just always been such a fan of technology.
You're committed, bro.
I really I just love it. I just love it. I love feeling like I'm living on the cutting edge of tech. So and this stuff all makes me feel that way. And I enjoy it.
To your point about how this episode went. It's just it just so happens to be that the talking points and features of this device are also the selling points.
Yes, 100%.
It's like the things to talk about and the features to outline happen to also be the selling points of the device. It is good. There's a reason why we wanted to highlight these because we tried countless AR glasses.
So many.
And these are good, really good.
People, please understand that we have been to so many expos and tried so many of these, all these different companies that you've never heard of. That you're and they are just, no one has hit the level of the XREALs yet. And eventually this is going to be a normal thing. You go into glasses, to go in to buy some glasses, and every optometrist will be, a technology dealer, because I truly believe there will be a time, and I don't know if it'll be in my lifetime. I would like to think it would be, where it would be weird to get glasses that just didn't do anything but correct your vision.
Totally. And there's going to be so many options. It's not going to be this one size fits all kind of solution. We're already starting to see that happen with headsets, like the Quest 3S or the Quest Pro 2. We haven't even talked on the leaks that happened for hardware from Quest this week. Which is, but to my point, there's not a one-size-fits-all headset out there, so there's not going to be a one-size-fits-all pair of AR glasses. Some will do AI, some of them will be 6 DOF, some will be 3 DOF, some will be wireless, some of them will have a device hooked up to them, just like TVs. There's a huge, wide 100%. Range of television that you could get, and some people, they're cool with the $300 flat screen. Other people, they're like, no, I'm going to get the $2,000 OLED, because I like TV. And I'm going to watch a lot of TV, so I'm getting the good TV. So I think that's where we'll see all of this stuff go. Lots of different options, lots of different qualities, and everybody wearing them.
100%, man. 100%. Yep.
So, all right, we're going to wrap it up. But this has been fun. I'm glad we got to just kind of sit here and BS for a little while.
I know. We only do this one episode a year where it's just the two of us, and it is nice to just chat.
Yeah.
Just chat about VR and XR and AR and all the R's.
All the R's.
All the R's.
That's what we're all about here is the R's.
Yep.
So thank you guys for joining us for this live episode on YouTube of the Between Realities podcast. Without the VR or the XR in it, we're just going straight to podcast.
Let's just do that. The Between Realities podcast.
That's what it is.
Yeah. That's it.
You'll get a lot of VR here, but you'll also get a little AR. You'll get a little AI. You get a little, I don't know, some other acronyms. You want some more acronyms? We'll give you acronyms. Shout out to VR Central, who's been in the chat for a while. And Octavia, thanks for being here.
Yay.
Even though we're wrapping things up, it's good to see you. Mind Jive, oh, perfect timing, man. That's what I'm talking about, Mind Jive. Thank you. Michael V saying in 10 years, this stuff is replacing the phone, if not less. There's some people who think this is happening really, really rapidly.
And I hope it does.
It's hard to say.
I would love, it's just all about miniaturizing tech.
But these
which is hard to do.
We've seen a lot happen in these 6 years, but also these 6 years, like they happened. Like
these are awesome, but the fact remains that there is no computer in this thing. Right. So you still have to tether it to some kind of a device to make it work. And when we're going to see this stuff become mainstream is when they're thin and small, and it is all of the tech that you need. There's full cellular capability. There's full, processors good enough to run video and AR experiences. So we will get there, but until then, we'll have a little wire or something.
Yeah. And we'll love it.
Yeah,
the whole way.
Yeah.
Like it's 100%. All awesome, like the stuff that's not so good is still awesome. Like this is all really great. So yeah, CreeperBetty and Vivian, thank you for being here. Haroku, thanks so much. Zoe Sa, thanks for being here and being a part of this. It's good to see you, Zoe. Arcanian and Techno Glitch, getting things done. Our buddy Jay Dunn, of course. Paradise Decay, MickeyBerr, still dropping codes. Like it's a thankless job, isn't it, MickeyBerr? But somebody's got to do it, and you're the guy, I guess. And we love you for it.
We do love you, Mickey.
Red/Ace, wishing you the early happy birthday, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Birthday. You look great, for the record.
Oh, thank you.
All right,
dude.
you don't look like you're, old man.
I don't look like I'm half dead.
Nah.
Okay.
Not
thank
yet.
you.
Regardless of the reality of it, you don't look like it. Bite Barita, of course. Thank you for being here, dear. Anti-Cleric Blair snuck in here. Earlier, I noticed he said that he played No Man's Sky and thought it was super boring. That's hilarious. I don't blame you though. For me, I needed somebody else. Like without another person there to like help me and do stuff with me, I also would have been bored and would have dipped out. Qcreator, of course, saying that he's been playing No Man's Sky as well.
Nice.
Michael V, who I mentioned already, and CreeperBetty, who I mentioned already. Let's get up here. Hussein X, thank you. Brandon VR, thank you. Toby, 7 minutes to go. Got to rewind. One from Germany. Thanks for being here
from Germany. Can't wait to be in Germany.
I know.
Heck
soon. You gonna come and hang out with us or what?
Yeah, you better.
Yeah,
if you're in Germany,
we're in Cologne.
Come on, let's go.
We're gonna be in Cologne.
I heard we might see a Paradise Decay sighting there.
PD, we might be roomies, bro.
Don't scare him away. We want him to come.
Yeah, get ready for a bunch of sleepless nights because it's going down. I'm gonna be creeping into your bedroom while you're sleeping, man. I hope you're ready. I guess it's ending because you got an ad. Arcanian, I think that's about right. Let's play. You're gonna go, but going next year. Well, we'll see you in Cologne anyway. Okay.
Sweet.
What are you doing this weekend?
I don't know. I have my daughter this weekend, so we'll probably do, some father-daughter stuff. Hopefully I have a chance to put on a headset. I'm doing some, I'm hanging out with, spending a little time, like an hour later, hanging out with like V-Bunny and Hambone. They have something going on that I can't really talk about, but yeah, so it's gonna be good.
That sounds amazing.
Heck yeah.
Laszlo216, Aljimbe, D Game Cat, of course. I love how I basically have a VR show to watch every day of the week. Things could be worse. We have an amazing community of content creators, podcasters, and VR fanatics just like us who are out there spreading the good word. You gotta love it. And Mepper. Hi, Mepper. And thanks for being here, Mepper. Okay, links in the description below for all the XREAL stuff. Somebody said they have a Discord. I don't think we have the link to that, but if you go to their website, I'm sure you'll find it. Links to our Discord in the server. Come on down there, or links below to our Discord server. Join it, I guess. Maybe say something and we'll not respond to you.
That's terrible.
I'm just trying to set proper expectations. We've been busy, but I would love to have a thriving Between Realities Discord community. So maybe one day we'll have that.
Thank you, ClassyGrandma.
Thanks, ClassyGrandma. And Arlen's been in there sharing some cool stuff.
Nice.
And it's been popping up a little bit. So thank you guys for that. Thank you for everything. Thanks for super chats. Thanks for channel memberships. Thanks to the Patreons who don't get enough love. Shout out to the Patreons. And thanks to everybody who takes the time to listen to the show. We have a lot of fun doing it, and it means a lot that you're here with us. That's it. Next week, we may have a guest.
We'll have a guest.
We'll have a guest.
Yes, we will have a guest next week. And then the week after that will probably be our community episode, and it will probably be the last episode of the season, right?
2 more episodes of the season, 1 more a week from today with the mystery guest, and a week after that with all of you. So I will start to put together the necessary signups for our community episode. Again, we highly encourage anybody who listens to this who wants to be involved to sign up and come be a part of it. We will let that show go for as long as it needs to. So if we have 15 people, 20 people who all want to get on there, maybe we'll do a 3-hour episode where we just hang out with everybody the whole time. So we really want to have fun with that. So please consider it and be watching for that opportunity. I will be sharing it sometime soon. I think that's it.
VR Central real quick saying Skiva might not spend time with his daughter if she plays I Am Cat. My kid plays I Am Cat every single day. How many people out there are playing I Am Cat? I'm just curious. This game seems like it has exploded. VR Central getting like 3+ million views of video.
All of
playing I Am Cat
game. And Paradise Decay with the €2 super chat saying, "Oh, you're that Alex." He just realized when someone said, "Oh, Alex is going to stay with you," that it's
that Alex. Yeah. Okay.
Prepare yourself. All right. That's it.
All right.
Have a good weekend. Have a good week. We'll see you next Friday with somebody. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.